Yo, what's up, Palm Force? It's your boy Zenkai 7 Palms. We're back with another video, and we just got huge news. So let's go through them together. And let's have a look. We got a Legends Management newsletter or team newsletter from Toshi. So it's regarding Zenkai Awakening. And first off, you heard it already. We got a new Zenkai Awakening for the Red Trunks. But we'll get to that. First off, thank you for continued support, blah, 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 blah. Zenkai Awakening Summon Update. That's a big one, and it's already being controversially discussed in, I can just see it right on my other screen on the content creator group. So let me just read it, and then we'll discuss what's going on. So for characters whose Zenkai Awakenings are newly released from from the 1st of July 2020, I hate this format. Go ISO 86001 please, and onward, the amount of Awakening Z power that drops from their designated Zenkai Awakening summons will be adjusted to make it easier to raise Awakening ranks. Characters' Zenkai Awakening conditions will not change, but the amount of Chrono Crystals required for climbing the Awakening ranks will be greatly reduced. Sounds great so far. Please note that Zenkai Awakening summons released up until now are planned to remain unchanged until November, blah blah blah. Okay, so for the banners that we had before, they will only be adjusted in November. However, what's important is down here, characters that require Zenkai Awakening from the 1st of July onward will no longer get Zenkai Awakening missions after this update. Characters with Zenkai Awakenings before the changes will still have their respective missions. There will be no changes to event characters' Zenkai Awakening summons. So, what does this mean? We're going to get to this table here in a second, but what it means first is they're going to lower the price of Zenkai Awakening if you use crystals. However, they removed the free-to-play option to Zenkai 1 a character entirely. So normally you would, play a character of the certain tag like 500 million times and raise your character to friendship level 10 by grinding a million bazillion times on a certain stage or using Let's Fight. You cannot do that anymore. So this, I think, is okay for people who are dolphins and whales. People who generally like to spend, but it's bad for people who are entirely free to play and usually like to just get their character to Zenkai 1. You could argue that Zenkai 1 is not that big of a boost, but some people still like to play it anyway, and some people just don't want to spend on the Zenkai system. So personally, I'm still a little bit conflicted about it because, I spend, I have Zenkai 7 Beers, Zenkai 7 Buu, Zenkai 7 Cooler. Everything else I think is Zenkai 1, except for the free-to-play ones. But honestly, I think they could have just left those missions, because if it's that cheap, you can just leave the missions there for people to grind. And, those couple of CCs, just forgo them. We're going to have a look at this here. So before that, there was no single summon. Now you have a single summon for 100 and a consecutive for 1,000 crystals. And you can see those chances here, right? So before, you spent 300 crystals on a low chance of getting like 15, 20, 30 or 70 Z power. Now 70 is the lowest for 27.65%. Every 7 out of 10, 7.2 out of 10 to be precise, are going to be 100 Z power. And then if you get really lucky, you get 500 or 1,500. So if you take off the top two, because that's like 1 in 400 and 1 in 1,000, your average multi will be around 910 Z power for the Awakening, the Z power, right? Which is pretty good. The lowest multi you can get is 700. So you need 7,000 Z power for, Zenkai 7. If you get 700, you need 10,000 crystals. That is the worst case, which is good because before you needed twice that, right? If you get like an average multi of 910, you will need probably 8,000 crystals maybe, and you'll be fine, right? 910 times 7 is 630, 6,370. Yeah, so it's 8,000 crystals on the average, which is good. It's good for people who want to go for Zenkai 7 because it's still going to be much cheaper than, even if with the free Zenkai 1, it's going to be much cheaper with the new system, which is great. But still, I think they could have left the free missions just for people who want to grind it and save a couple of CC. They might still be inclined to spend for like just 1 or 2 levels, because Zenkai 3 gives you the next unique ability. Zenkai 6 gives you another one. So it always depends on, what unique you feel you need for your playstyle and what you want, which character you actually like. I'm gonna see. Like, it's good for people who are willing to spend crystals, and as some people also said, it's a much safer investment than getting shafted for this amount of crystals on a banner, which can happen easily. Just watch, Rhyme Style summoning for Vegito, Super Vegito on the 1st anniversary. how many crystals? Was it around 100k until he got him? And if you invest 8k of those into a Zenkai banner, you can still, get good rewards. So your mileage might vary. Next thing, we're gonna have the highly requested Super Saiyan Trunks team will finally be Zenkai Awakened. He'll gain additional defensive capabilities as well as offensive bonuses against Lineage of Evil and Frieza Force. So I think that he is the second unit only, and it's also a red unit, that has any sort of advantage over Lineage of Evil or Frieza Force. I think the other one being, what's her face, Great Saiyaman 2. She has a buff against Frieza Force, I think, but LOE was pretty uncontested when it comes to buffs against them, mostly. Awaken him as an indispensable character to any Hybrid Saiyan party. Oh yeah, sure. Just like Zenkai Gohan, right? I see him so many times in PvP. So they better make him really, really good. Because if that Trunks is going to be low tier, and I just saw Libra write that maybe those Zenkai units are going to be low end so they can stop the power creep a little bit, and that's why they're cheaper. Could be possible. The thing is though that if they introduce that now, they can just go back to the old way in like 6 months and say, yeah, this is such a much better unit, so we're gonna have to pay more for it. Like, people would just quit. People would just say like, screw this, table flip, I'm out. No way. So let's see how good this Trunks is. We don't know yet what his kit will be, but we'll see very soon. So next up, adjustments to obtaining Zenkai Souls. The Recycle Center exchange shop will be established in mid-July to make it easier to obtain Zenkai Souls necessary for Zenkai Awakening boost panels. There you can exchange regular Rising Souls and Super Souls for that's awesome. Plus, there are plans to make it possible to exchange Z medals for Zenkai Souls. Yes! Come on! Z medals for Zenkai Souls, that would be huge. Especially again for whales though, but I mean for people who have Zenkai Souls, if you get shafted, like you get max out your heroes because you get heroes all over the place, then those Zenkai Souls can now finally be put to use because the equips, meh. I wouldn't spend the Z medals on the equips. I'll just wait for something like, I don't know, maybe Goku Days tickets coming back or this. This is pretty good, and I like the Recycle Center, and I hope to see that we can actually recycle more things, like training items maybe, or just exchange. Maybe there will be like a recycle currency, and then you can just buy whatever you want. I think that's probably the best way to do this, is you sell a bunch of training items, souls, whatever you have, and just get this currency, I don't know, recycle bins, and then for those bins you can get Zenkai Souls. Something like this. That's what I'm envisioning. So, what else do we have? Regarding the 2.90 update, separate from the Zenkai Awakening updates mentioned above, we're also planning for the 2.90 update to be implemented soon. From here, we'll introduce a few of the changes that it will include. Guilds. Speeding up the transition to the guild screen. That's it? I mean, they were talking about guilds in the video and stuff, like a dungeon and stuff like this. So I wonder when that will come, because I thought that actually, right, like maybe during this time there will be something like this, but probably it's going to be more in the fall then. Because, I mean, it's probably a huge change in the code base as well, so it takes a while. Fair enough. I'm not going to bash on that. Because I used to be a developer, I know how like those bigger changes can take time. Sometimes you miss your deadlines, or just like unexpected bugs pop up, or just code base isn't maintained well enough. None of this is our problem, but we're at the mercy of the development team. So let's just wait for that. Exchange shop, speeding up the exchange connection. That's good. Adventure, combining the returning notification for adventures. Yes, thank you. Adding the option to consecutively run the same job request when one fit. Ooh, nice. So you can just play PvP, get the 1 hour job request, and fire away. That's perfect. And maybe you can just do that overnight. If you don't have to interact with the game, you can just do that overnight. That is great. So you can run the 1 hour adventures like all over the place. You don't have to log in. Amazing. You just need to make sure you have enough adventures, and that's it. Nice. That's great. Assistobot, okay, the notification will be sent when possible to claim items. That's fair, because otherwise you just miss them. Adding the amount of souls medals and other exchange items in your possession to the details dialog box. I have no idea what that means. Okay, but someone maybe in the comments can, explain what that might mean. I have no idea. Ordering characters by card number instead of randomly in the character list. Increasing the polarity from 10 to 11 digits. Other, they could have just left out. Like, okay. Please look forward to seeing more upgrades to screen transitioning speeds among other UI revisions. Fair enough. Okay, so regarding dishonest acts in PvP, within the rating matchmakings, we're also looking into technology that could punish users who have broken our TOS more accurately and are taking measures to remove those who are unfair. means and rankings, please do. I just played against a lag switcher this morning and it's not a pleasure, like a nice experience. Even if you win, match takes 10 minutes instead of 3. No thank you. We're also looking into measures to implement during the 2.9 updates maintenance. We do not condone the use of unauthorized means to rise in the rankings, and we understand the outrage it has brought among players. We will continue to try our best and create a fair environment. Aside from dishonest acts in PvP, there are also a matter of disconnection, since PvP is performed over peer-to-peer connections without going through a game server, and this is in the hands of connection compatibility and mobile connection. It's difficult to address or eliminate players from ranking based on the reports of lag or disconnects. For this reason, we are looking into optimizing the battle data exchange and matching logistics in a mid to long-term approach. Fair enough. But you should also fix the matchmaking itself. I think many people talked about it. Especially in triple RP, I don't want to be matched with a player who has a quarter of the RP that I have. Gaining 3 RP, him losing 0 RP, it's not fun for anyone. But I guess this is another topic. It's good that they address this, but then they also actually have to act. Because this is just lip service until we see change, right? And I'm not saying they're not going to change, but for now, I'm a bit skeptical until we actually see something tangible. All right, what else do we have? Multi-Z power. We're planning on expanding multi-Z powers obtainable from events by setting 1 to 3 star and 4 to 6 star upper limits from the next update. Why? Also, the Legends Limited multi-Z powers from the previous announcements are still in development. So Legends Limited multi-Z powers incoming. Everybody 14 star Vegito Blue. Yay! But I mean, it's good because then people can actually Zenkai their beers. That's nice. But having an upper limit is kind of crappy. Because then you can only get your unit to 6 stars? Really? That sucks. Don't do it. Please. No. Like, especially free-to-play players that grind co-op so that they can have this, you know, 4 stars or higher 100 Z power and 6 star their favorite unit so that it has the double buff or whatever. And if you remove that, then that will be a massive blow to those players. More so than for the ones who, you know, dump their cash into banners anyways. So this is bad. If they let me put it this way. If this is exclusively Z power that has upper limits and there is no Z power anymore that has only the minimum 4 star, 5 star, 3 star requirement, that's pretty scummy. All right. And the last one. Finally, the second anniversary events are still ongoing. Soon, an event similar to last year's popular celebratory Sizzling Summer Bootcamp, where you can get new extreme characters before they appear in summons, is set to go live. Who will rise to the task to defend Earth? Somebody said Pride Troopers. I don't think they defend Earth. Thanks for all users. Thanks to all users, DBL reached its second anniversary. From here on out, we'll face the rest of 2020 and work onwards, getting ready for the third. Additionally, we hope to release more videos about development and detailed information, such as the Video and Stuff series. We hope for your continued support, blah, 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 blah. They're also conducting a player survey to hear their opinions. The survey is still in the works, but we hope for everyone's cooperation. So one thing that I know as a coach is really important, give them feedback to work with. Don't just say, the game sucks, go for it, I'll shoot you to the moon. That doesn't help. Tell them, hey, this is the issue I've had. Right? Give them something that they can really improve. If you just say this is crap, they don't know what they can change. If you say, okay, the matchmaking is bad because A, B, C, D, E, they have stuff they can work with. So be constructive. Don't rant, because your feedback will not be taken seriously at all. Like, there's 0 chance of your feedback being taken seriously if you started with, let me shit on this game and then tell you why. If you say, okay, this is my problem and this is how it's, you know, impacting me, you have a much higher chance. I'm not saying every survey is going to be read probably, but you know, it's easier like this. Just make sure that you're constructive and you tell them what problems you have. And yeah, I think that's it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this update, what you think about especially the Zenkai Summon update. And yeah, I hope I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and Pump Force, disassemble!